Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. As promised, this video will be about how to buy your first home. It doesn't even necessarily have to be your first home, but these are tips that you should probably know before getting out there and shopping for mortgage loans. The most basic thing that you might not want to hear, but it's something that you do have to work towards, is your savings goals. So some people don't have any savings or they don't know how to save. So you can probably just start by finding like gas saving apps or grocery apps that help you save on groceries, or just try not eating out for a little while. Those are some things that have worked for some people that I've seen buy their homes. That's how they start saving. If you are already doing everything possible to save your money and it's not working, then probably try finding a part-time and just don't think about that money. Just stash it away until you have the amount that you feel comfortable with to buy your home. Also, if you do end up getting a down payment assistance program such as USDA or a VA loan, anything like that, you still will need some money. So saving is important, because not only is down payment isn't the only thing that you will need for your home. You also have to consider closing costs. Some of them can add up to about $5,000, but just have in mind like $3,000 to $5,000 is kind of what you want to have at hand, in case that even if you do get 0% down payment, you are able to pay your closing costs. And closing costs may include like the lender fees, attorney fees, inspections, etc., etc. Second, also, in order to save money, you have to have a job. So if you don't have a job, you won't be saving any money. So if most employers, sometimes I know they want to see that you have been in the same work field for at least a year. So that will help out a lot if you've been in the same work field. For example, if you're a plumber and you just changed to another company because they gave you a raise or something like that, that probably won't affect you. But if you have been changing jobs, like for example from a plumber to an electrician and then a banker, those things do affect. So try to stay consistent with your job as well. Another thing is working on your credit. A lot of people don't think it's important, but it really is. It makes a big difference if you want a lower interest rate, if you want also more help with your down payment. Like, banks really do care about your credit score. It says a lot about you in their eyes. So if you do have tax ID or the ED number, other types of credit that you can get instead of like credit cards and things like that are probably paying your bills on time. So if you want to apply for a loan and you have tax ID, try paying your bills on time for a whole year. The lenders that we work with, they do ask for example like Duke Energy letters, like that certify that you have paid your bills on time for the whole year. I want to think of another one. And your rent, your tenant, if they have a letter that certifies that you have paid on time for the whole year, that works as well. As long as you have 3 types of credit. Like, it can be also Spectrum. I know we've used Spectrum as well as a credit for 18 users. And yeah, just make sure that if you do have 18 and you don't have a credit card, just go for those. Make sure you're paying your bills on time, because that will help you out a lot. Now we'll go into the basics of what you need or what a lender will ask you for in order to get you approved for a loan or to get your application. So the first things first, you do have to have done your taxes for the last 2 years. And not, I think with some lenders, they do require for you to not owe anything to the IRS, but that's only with tax ID. So if you have Social Security and you at least have a payment plan going on with the IRS, they will take that. They will let you, they will take your last 2 years of taxes that you've done and work from there. But as long as you're still paying the IRS and you don't have that debt just standing there. Second thing is a form of ID. And like I mentioned before, for my 18 users, I'm pretty sure some of them don't have a ID. So if you do have a passport from whatever country you came from, that will work as well, but not a what is known like a matricula. They don't take that anymore. They used to, but unfortunately now they don't. So if you don't have a passport, just make sure you go to a consulado that's anywhere near you and get your passport. Also, like I mentioned before, you do have to be working to apply for a loan, obviously, because they want to know that you can pay the loan. So they will ask for your last month of pay stubs. So if you get paid bi-weekly, that will be 2 pay stubs. If you get paid weekly, that will be 4 pay stubs. Also, your bank statements from the last 2 months is typically what the bank asks for. Some may ask for just 1 month, or some may ask for up to 3 months of bank statements, but typically it is 2 months. So they do make sure that you give them the one where it shows your money that you have for closing costs and down payment. You don't want to show them your bank statements from another bank account that you may have that doesn't have that money, because they do want to check, they want to see it already there, the money. And lastly, most importantly, either your social security number or your tax ID number. So I know with tax ID, all of my people that use tax ID, some people still have the little green card that has the number. They are not taking that any longer since a few months ago, or almost a year, I think. So if you do have the small green card, it will not work. Even though it has the same number, the bank doesn't take that anymore. They only take the whole renovated sheet. Also, for any of you interested in different loan types, I do want to make a video with a lender. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. He has been in the area and working in loans for a really long time. He's really experienced. So if you guys would like that instead, for you guys to get a little more in-depth information, and just leave your questions in the comment section. So you guys, this is the basics of what you need in order to apply for a loan. This is just the basics. So if you do want to in-depth, or you have a very different situation, you can always feel free to reach out to me to 336-539-4226. I help anywhere in North Carolina, and every case is different. So we do work with some accountants. We have lenders that will love to reach out to you to explain to you what else you have to do if your case is very, very different. It's not impossible for you to get your home. We just need to get you on the right track.